Good afternoon, good evening, sorry. Good evening, guys. Welcome back to another video. So today, unfortunately, I took 3 losses back to back. One in London here and 2 during New York. So, yeah, it was a bit of a sticky day. However, I'm keeping the honesty, stuck to my rules. 3 trades, if they win or lose, whatever, that's the max. And yeah, so this first trade here was an inversion retest, and quite frankly, I shouldn't have taken it. I was taking the retest here. Hold on, let me just show you the execution so you can see. Here it is. Yeah. So as you can see, I had limit order set here, but it never tapped me in to this long here. I was just targeting the underside of this quite large value gap that was here. That was resistance in the market. It never tapped me in, which was pretty frustrating. And then I went wrong by thinking it was a good idea to then disregard this resistance and look for another tap into this inverted value gap here to then come long again to this. I think it was a bit of FOMO in this one. It was a valid trade because you still had this resistance here that the market tried to take but couldn't get through. I was aiming for 50% of it, so about this level here, across here. As you can see, this entry here, it would have played out and hit first time. However, it didn't. So when it came back down again, because I still thought it was valid, I decided to set a limit order again. Stops just below. I risked £10 to make £20, as you can see. And unfortunately, it just dropped straight down. Now the reason why I believe this happened was because, firstly, if you look on the bigger scale, I was trading sort of against the trend here, which I wasn't wrong to do so particularly. I was just a bit early in my assessment. However, once I reviewed this before, and it put in this high here, which I think it was engineering liquidity. As you can see, it came up again, it swept it, tapped into the higher time frame, and you had a BPR across here as well, balanced price range. You had another inversion here, and then dropped. So I think this was a liquidity. I think this was to generate liquidity to come even lower, obviously down to what is now the London range low. So it was a bit unfortunate, but again, I stuck to my risk 10 to make 20. I wouldn't take this again, considering what's happened. However, I would have taken this part of the trade again, because this was what I was intending. However, it never tapped me in. I'm not sure why. It must have been a couple of ticks away from my limit. I just never got the fill, which was a bit annoying, because that would have been a nice little 1 to 2 into my take profit. So I was down £10 there. And then let's go to the next one during New York. And these this first trade in New York, I'm a bit annoyed I actually took it because it wasn't particularly valid. Reason being was, I was targeting this high from a previous session over here. Anyway, that's what his black line is. So as you can see, we've swept some liquidity from below here and here with this candle. Strong push up. We then come down again. A nice little 1 minute here that was created, which got inverted quite strongly, and this top one as well. So I thought this was a good sign of it coming up. However, I forgot that one of my rules is it's got a sweep structure, and as you can see in this move here, no structure from below to come higher was swept. So as you can see, set a limit order, 50% of this fair value gap here, got filled and got stopped out in 2 candles. I wouldn't take this again because it didn't really meet my rules at all, which was a bit frustrating. However, on the bigger picture, I was right to look to come long to target this high, as you can see, because prices hit it here and here. I was just a bit wrong in my judgment of when to get in the market. I shouldn't have been in here or there, because no structure was really swept to come higher. It's a bit annoying. Anyway, then the next one, again, I risked 10 to make, well, because it was a bit further away, I thought I'll try it and risk 10 to make 30, but it didn't work out. This next one here, it was quite frustrating. So I thought this low would be used as liquidity. So once we had the sweep on this low and this low, tapped off the 200-day EMA, and we had a fair value gaps resistance here on this leg and in here as well. I thought this was a very strong sign by the look at this candle here. I thought this is a good sign to come up again, which I was right. Once we inverted this fair value gap, I set limit order 50% again of the original fair value gap, and I was targeting this level. This would have been a 3.86 arc trade. However, as you can see, price tapped me out, hit my stop, and reversed. I would have gone break even once it hit about 2R, so about this level here. So this would have been a break even trade. However, I didn't manage to do that because I got stopped out first before it went up. So yeah, it's been a bit of a dodgy day today. However, I'm not hiding anything because I'm trying to be genuine and honest with everyone with how I trade. I know I made some mistakes today. However, it's just part of the game. Looking back at it, these two I shouldn't have really taken at all. They weren't valid enough for me to take the trades. However, I did, and this one the same again. Shouldn't have taken that. Since I missed this one, I should have just left it. However, you can't control that sort of thing. Next time, I'm going to write my rules out so I know them. I've got them in my face, and if every box is not ticked, I won't take the trade. As you can see, if you compare my balance yesterday, it reflects in my account. So I'm down 30 from yesterday. So it's a live broker, and we look at my order history. As you can see, we try and find them. On the 10th, yeah. So these are the trades from today, as you can see. Stop loss hit on all of them. So yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. However, it is what it is. You know, I'm trying to be genuine and show everyone that I can make it. But on the way, it's not going to be what you see on the internet of you can have a Lambo in 10 minutes and all this sort of thing. So yeah, I hope this video has been good for everyone. It was good for me to have to obviously check my trades and review them, so I know where I went wrong and where I've got to improve. And we go again next week. Next week I do start my university placement again, so I might not be trading every day. However, if I do get a chance to jump on the CH trade, I will take it, and we'll see what happens, if it makes the rule or not. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you guys had a good day trading. I hope if you did win, it was a nice little win and you managed to risk well, or if you lost, it was a little loss to your account and you unwound the risk as with little damage to your account as possible. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.